back, ladies and gentlemen. That was very interesting. Somehow our producer's voice turned all robotic and it sounded like we were about to get invaded by
that. Is he trolling us right now?
I don't know. Make it like a voice transformer kind of thing.
I don't trust him anymore, you know? Like, he's like, oh, the game's live, guys. Yeah.
It's not live after all.
Don't believe it's lies. I have a picture of him, you know?
Think about how much we've improved, though. Like, in the beginning...
Oh, yeah,
In
dude.
3 years ago, the online Counter-Strike games were literally... you know, cancerous to try and
DDoS.
It was
server problems.
continuous DDoS, yeah.
Basically, you count on at least half an hour extra per match.
Yeah, pretty much.
Due to pauses. I mean, we got pretty good at talking smack, dude. Like,
it was horrendous for a while. This is much better. Yeah, we're well on schedule. We had a really interesting third game here on the second day of Pro League with FaZe beating up VP on Train. Quite a bit, actually.
It's been kind of the story of these past 2 days.
Yeah.
Teams that are supposed to crush aren't crushing, and then it's turning into these sorts of series where, I mean, they have been best of twos, right? Where it's been going one map each instead of, you know, Envy winning 2 maps clearly. You know, these sorts of situations where it's just like, okay, in general, I would put Virtus.Pro above FaZe, but we're just not seeing, you know, that level out of VP right now. We talked about it before where VP, you know, sometimes they're a little inconsistent. Sometimes, I mean, their highs can be really high, but their lows, and you never really know what you're going to get from them. Well, tonight, right now, at least after that first map, I mean, it was not pretty. Mirage, though, I mean, is a good map for him, but it's also a decent map for FaZe, so it's not clear cut here still for VP. Like, if FaZe keep hitting shots, I'm having some trouble seeing VP win this.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, again, if someone came to me and said, "Oh, we've got this great plan for a team. We're going to hire 5 superstars, and the risk we're taking, the chance we're taking, is that in any one given game, at least 3 or 4 of them are going to be playing pretty well." Say, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. Probably what's going to happen is, at the most, in any one game, 2 of them will be playing well, and then a third one will sort of be tagging along, and that won't make up for the sort of the lack of tactical depth and the lack of team play and the lack of all these other things you're missing out on. Somehow that doesn't seem to be the case with FaZe. I'm actually continuously surprised by it. They do seem to have like just so many games where it's not even just 3, like 4 people out of 5 are playing well, which is remarkable, and that's actually quite cool. So that's why I am actually pretty excited about the team. For some odd reason, it seems to be working in spite of what seems to be or what should be like logical. VP on the other side, I think it's. Pasha obviously is taking some risks that he shouldn't be, like re-peeking and taking too many fights even when he wins the first fight.
Yeah.
Maybe they could still win games or win rounds if that happens, if the rest of the team is playing really well. Then it comes down to, I think, Snacks is just not quite there. So Neotaz and Bialy, I think, they're like on a stable enough level right now. But I need Pasha to either stop taking fights, or I need Snacks to step it up to, like, he's playing at like 30% of what he could be, or something like that. So, you know, get him back up to close to 100%, and then having Pasha being a little bit crazy I think is all right.
This is definitely not the Snacks level we're used to seeing. That's for sure.
No.
So, I mean, it is, and, you know, VP are definitely going to be regretting that, right? They're just like, Snacks, bro, you know, wake up. Like, we need you right now to kind of, like, get into this fight. Looks like we're going to be able to get into the knife round, though, to determine who's going to be starting on CT side, who's going to be starting on T side. And honestly, I feel like VP, they kind of need to start on CT side here. They need to get a strong start on this map because their T side wasn't looking too hot there on Train.
Snacks in the corner. Getting found by Jacob, but yes, I mean, definitely be nice if we could see VP. They did seem to sort of come alive at some point, but then they still weren't able to really follow through. This is a map that they have traditionally, I would say, been very, very good at. At some point in time, they definitely shared the #1 spot with Na'Vi for this one, and I would say when those two teams played each other on Mirage, there's really no way of knowing who would win. They were both very good on this map, so maybe they could have like a throwback moment and come back to something interesting here.
Well, we should be going live any moment now, and there we go. All right, so straight into the pistol. FaZe, they're the ones to pick up the knife, so they get to decide which side they're going to start on, and it will be the CT side, obviously. It's still being the favored side on this map. VP are going to have the tough work to do here, and, well, 2 guys going full nades. 3 Kevlar. I like it. They could go A right now. They could get that smoke up onto stairs and up onto jungle. They could just rush out onto the site, get some HEs into CT. And that might be what's in store for us here. Straight up A execute right off the bat here for Virtus.Pro. Not wasting any time at all. Look at this. Snacks just looking for those shots right away. Did they mess up the smoke?
No, I think it goes
okay.
into top connector, which could be sort of pulling people back to middle. In fact, it hasn't. There's still 3 people here, including one in sandwich, and Rain is right there, going to instantly execute Snatch. What a great way to get started. And Rain picking up a second kill too, but Bialy and Neo, they're coming back into it, and it's still a very winnable round from VP. They're planning out in the open, and Bialy going to be picking up a kill on Fox. So now it's Mikelele and Jacob here, 2 versus 3. And Bialy playing close to this corner. He's going to get shut down, but how will they get in and defuse the spawn? They do not have a molotov or smoke, and they are so exposed.
Yeah, they did try to dunk some nades into back corner, but it is going to be up to Mikelele now taking point. He's got that P2K in hand. Neo with the Glock does have time for the reload, but they're going to rush him together as a pair. That's perfect. FaZe just moving around as this unit. If one gets taken out, the other should be there to trade frag. Now they're just hoping to figure out where Taz is playing from. But with that kit, it's just going to be a full defuse. Mikelele holds it down, and Taz gets caught out. 1-0 for FaZe, but Mikelele, man, just not even faking it, just going straight up, trusting in his teammate to keep him alive in that situation.
I see Yanko's got his hands out, just wondering what the hell did we just see. He even cleverly moved to a position that they would have already checked, right? They already knew that there was no one on that stairwell, so it was really good thinking. Then he just misread the situation.
It was
Pros don't fake.
Pros don't fake, right? And VP, they were all 3 of them in positions where it was going to be tough for them to support each other. Bialy pinned down in CT. Taz was trying to help, but by that time, he can't do anything to help Bialy. So it's just going to be a straight up fight. And then, well, it was Neo actually trying to take the fight from Pit, and Neo just kind of chilled out. But then they moved up on him. Taz can't do anything about it again. Just really awkward stuff. A little bit surprising to see that level out of VP, who are, in general, a bit more polished. But a perfect anti-eco here. It was a hard eco from VP. They hadn't invested anything in the round, so no surprise there for FaZe. But now, question is, AZ, just upgrade, bro. You know that they're going to have AKs on the other side. Just ditch the ump. I know you want the dirty ump money, but
he already got 2 kills with it, so
just ditch it.
I think he's been inspired. I mean, you are like the UMP salesperson, though. So, oh, that grenade right in their faces. Fox going to be picking up a lot of damage behind that. Bialy get the refrag, though, or the first frag here on AZ. So it's a very good start for VP. Look at the counterplay that's coming out, though. As soon as they lose a man on A, just a little bit of pushing going on at B. Jacob, I'm sad he didn't stay there or even kept pushing, because that's so much valuable information you can get. And when you're a man down on the CT side, you need that.
Yeah, this is where you got to start taking some risks. And once we tick over the minute, getting into the 50-second mark, we're probably going to see FaZe go for some kind of push somewhere on the map to get some info. Try and figure out where VP are coming from. Because with that man advantage, VP, they can do a lot of damage. But the main thing here is that VP no longer have any smokes. Excuse me, I keep burping here. No smokes, only 2 flashes to work with here, so they're kind of hoping to get lucky and actually just gang together. This is the correct play, but Mikelele is there to shut down Pasha. Now the man advantage has been negated, and he's going to be in position to spot them coming out of apartments as well with that P90 just going ham. Jacob is going to just wreck them. He's got a spot on Taz as well. Gets the headshot, but he will not get the kill. Damage is done, but Taz is unleashed.
Yeah, great round from Taz here so far. The only downside is he needs to get up and get that bomb picked up. There's 30 seconds still, and Rain is very far out of position, and Neo will have been able to hear him as well. So they know which angle he's coming from at least, and a 2v1. The bomb is planted out in the open, so as long as they've got Neo down in the ladder room, it should be very hard for Rain to get any kind of a defuse home. He doesn't have a kit either, and no smokes, so yeah, I don't see him really making it out. He does get the kill on Taz, but now Neo... is he going to be able to do it here? Peeks it once, and he walks right in. Oh, no. Rain in the 1 versus 2 picks up both kills. And Virtus.Pro unable to hide for long enough. Why did anybody want to fight him at all?
Yeah, he just got a little bit of a lucky break there, catching Taz out in the open. Taz was trying to back up, change his angle.
But they knew, they knew who he was coming from. Taz could have just gone up into apartments, say, and not shown himself. And then he would have had to find both kills or fake a lot of times to try and lure them out. Yeah,
really surprising to see. I mean, Neo knows that he's screwed, basically. But, I mean, really kind of surprising to see them make, like, such experienced players like Taz and Neo making some errors there. But, I mean, again, Rain is pretty much like the guy you want to be in a clutch situation for FaZe.
Yeah.
He's one of the best clutch players in the world, pretty much. So you're feeling pretty good when he's your last man alive, even in a 1v2, 1v3. We've seen him do 1v4. I mean, this guy's a monster. But that is perfect for FaZe. They survived the first buy round. VP, because they get that plant, and they've been pretty consistent getting the plants, they've actually got enough money to go for a buy here. 3 rifles picked up, a scout on Neo, and then the Deagle on Pasha, so we'll see if he can get lucky with a headshot somewhere. Is this the option, though? Do they want to go for the boost? Michael, he busts the vents, so they have to know that somebody's around here, though, so may not be the best choice for VP. Instead, they're kind of waiting to see if somebody's going to peek. Yeah, there we go.
Really not a lot of equipment either on the terrorist side, but they got to find a way to make this work. Pasha opening up with a strong kill there. AC very nearly spraying down 2, and Fox also being put into play. It's still a 3 versus 2, and they've got so much time on the terrorist side. Only one person holding B right now, so that's going to be a little bit tricky here. Jacob in kitchen with the M4, and they're actually rotating out at a very bad spot. Very bad point in time.
Yeah, this is a little unfortunate. They wanted to try and gamble on A site. And unfortunately, well, Jacob, he might be able to catch the man waiting for him in mid. Not even that. Pasha, he got an M4 somewhere. Easy kill for him on Jacob, and now it's all just on Fox. He might be able to spot Pasha, and he, whoa, lands a nice flick headshot onto Pasha. That's a real hard shot to hit. But that pretty much gives it up here. VP know that he's just going to be backing off to save at this point. And so, well, as it stands, VP, man, they make that quasi-buy work. I mean, AZ, he just kind of took that fight at connector, but he really did need to try and get some damage, and it's the rest of them just getting picked off one at a time that really didn't help things.
And now the fact that Rain was alone in that last round suddenly comes back to haunt FaZe quite a bit here. AWP is being saved on Fox, but the rest, they won't have that much money. A little bit, obviously, to work with, but it's going to be a little bit sketchy. We've got one person missing on the VP side, so I'm wondering if we're going to have a bit of a pause to reconnect in. But, I mean, look at it. Fox could buy it for someone else, but that's almost it here. They are going to go for the force. Wow, okay.
They're committing to this Rain. Straight force. I guess they want to play off the fact that FaZe can, or I mean, Fox rather, can drop exactly an M4 for somebody. I mean, they just have enough exactly. AZ just had enough for Tech 9, or Tech 9. It's always that when I'm thinking force, right? Tech 9 armor, Tech 9 armor. No, FAMAS, Kevlar. No nades, though. So this is really risky here from FaZe. Because if they lose this round, instead of it just being like, oh, we lost one round, okay, we'll eco one, right? You know, it's just like they're probably going to be another round of eco behind it, and then it's going to be a low buy after that. I mean, VP have a great chance here to just take over this first half on the T side.
Would absolutely love to see them go for an aggressive top mid player with Fox holding behind them with the AWP, and then they don't even have to push all the way up top mid. If essentially what they could just do is sit on the ramp, and as soon as VP push out a little bit, then they've got like 2 or 3 people there, maybe like both the pistols and the FAMAS. Then put Jacob in B and put Fox in middle.
Question is, can Fox play that Guardian style? You know, where he gets into window Guardian, you know, but then he'll drop down, look in the underpass, and then fade back over to connector. Can Fox play that kind of style where he's just like this one-man army running around trying to take fights everywhere?
Well, I just almost want him to be like the safety backup in the window in case they miss a shot or something. He could be there to maybe pick it up. I don't know. I feel like if you go for a default play with 2 people with just pistols, it's too much of a weakness, right? You need to switch something else up, in my opinion. So
yeah, and the question is whether VP are going to try and catch on to this and play slow, or they're just going to run into the trap that FaZe are going to try and set for them. I mean, VP, they shouldn't be a team that makes that kind of mistake. They should have an idea of the economy on FaZe, and they should try and slow play it. Even if they don't have any idea, right? You know, just slow play it, try and suss out the details, try and figure out exactly what FaZe have got in store for you, instead of just running into the blender. But then Pasha might be hungry, man. He might be looking for those kills. So we'll have to see. But as it stands, well, it looks like we had Bialy drop, so that's why we're still waiting here, guys, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, he'll be back at some point.
But
what Glock skin do you use, Samler?
Glock? Dude, it's all about the candy apple.
You candy apple Glock?
Yeah, man, that bright red. Ever since I had that, I mean, all the other Glock skins, as far as I'm concerned, are pretty goddamn ugly. No offense to the skin creators, obviously, but it's just like there's no appealing Glock skins. There's no appealing Glock skins out there. So it's candy apple, and then it's an OG LGB sticker. On the,
all right.
You know, that's what I got, bro.
Glock Fade is all right, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Glock Fade's all right
like,
as well.
It's decent, at least.
But candy apple's better.
All right. Well, 3-1 is the current scoreline. We've got Bialy back in the game, and we're in the 5th round. So we'll see if VP can continue on this track here. They've got actually a very default setup for FaZe, so that's a bit disappointing. But Fox is at least pushing up here to get some information. So this, I think, is important. They definitely need that. I hope he's going to either stay or continue to push. Because enough. They need the information. VP at the same time are executing on the other side, and FaZe picking up some very good kills. AC, Jacob shutting it down, and Neo and Pasha are going to be left here. 3 men, 4 men in the A-bomb side as the push comes through, and that's obviously going to make it. That's going to make it so tough.
I can totally imagine AZ at the same time, right, as he's just spraying them down in a haze of glory. He's just throwing his right hand up with the F and going, FaZe up! FaZe up! Like, dude, that guy just murdered him. Rain is going to get caught. He doesn't have the skill. He's not feeling the FaZe channel right there. He doesn't get it.
I wonder if someone really talented in, like, Source Filmmaker or something could you know, make a model do the face hand sign.
Yes, please, with the new gloves.
That'd be interesting.
Dude, if there were like FaZe gloves in the game, and you got a CT model, you know, throwing up the FaZe.
There's a potential for some really impressive marketing going on here. Fox ready to catch someone coming out, and actually he hits that shot. How does that even work? He actually hit him through 2 walls, I think. And Neo goes down. Pasha in the middle. But it doesn't really matter what he does because there's only 20 seconds. He's going to get a kill here. Best he can do is some damage. It seems like FaZe are at least willing to entertain him for a bit.
Yeah, they're just keeping him on his toes. A little bit of HE damage there. Fox giving him a chance to drop that AWP. But getting a little ahead of himself running out there with that HE. But again, maybe the communication, he wasn't aware of just how close to connector Pasha was, like how he'd be at risk if he went for that kind of play. The main thing that's concerning me here, Anders, is again, who's off to a cold start? Who's not even in the server right now?
Snacks, yes, I see.
Like, Snacks? Where is Snacks?
He's 3 deaths away from a 007.
I mean, James Bond is cool, but that doesn't mean you need to play like him, you know?
Actually, the last James Bond movie was really weird.
Actually, it was pretty bad, but yeah.
I feel like they've gone off message with those movies just a bit.
Oh, it was horrible, dude. It's just like a random action movie.
Yeah.
If I want to watch, yeah, whatever.
Oh, Fox not even going to get smoked off there, and it actually fails, which does do fairly often. He's back with a vengeance, though, to take down Pasha, and Pasha probably regretting that the smoke didn't work. Otherwise, he would have maybe been alive. Jacob getting a kill, lining them up as well, and getting a couple in there. Pistol sat instead. He really wants to make this a streak. He's going to get the grenade out. Might actually kill Bialy at this range, but nope, it's going to be the other way around. And it's going to make it a 2-on-4.
The counter dunk comes out.
The counter dunk. Whenever someone says dunk, I always think of Dota now.
You think about Dota, really?
Yeah.
Because there's this, for some reason I've been thinking about LoL. There's this character, Dunkmaster Darius, or no, it was like Darius, but it was like he always played this guy. What the hell is his name? Yeah, but what was the character's name? It's Darius. Is it? I thought that was like the TSM guy. Am I thinking of somebody else? That's Dyrus. Damn, I suck, Anders.
I just think of Axe. You know?
Damn.
I just think of Axe, you know.
Oh, yeah, of course.
People.
Well, I mean, you know, LoL are so good at taking Dota stuff, so, you know, obviously they'd have a hero that literally is Axe. I mean, not much subtlety there.
Damn, savage. Well, look at the setup here from FaZe, though. I kind of do like this. Essentially 3 people early on in B in case there's a rush, but then some of them are going to be walking into the middle instead to try and take a fight there. And AC, Michael picking up a kill each. It's a very action-packed move from Pasha. Definitely some style points, but he does go down, and Snacks is now going to leave Taz alone as he dies as well. And it's going to be the end of it. AC with a triple kill, and FaZe now up 6-1. And just, again, not really showing up right now, a VP.
Yeah. But you know, for those of you guys thinking, oh, what a horrible round for Virtus.Pro. Oh, that was such a shame. They still got the bomb plan, Anders. They still got that bonus 800 Skrilla in their pocket. And they still have enough money to go for full nades, full AKs. That was the whole point of that round. Get that bomb planted. So, VP, they got to be feeling just a little bit good about themselves. Just, you know, yeah, guys, we got this. We succeeded. We all died horrible deaths. But we got the Skrilla. Thorn is proud.
And I bet he will be. Well, actually, I think Thorn right now would be pretty disappointed in VP and how this is playing out. Jacob all the way in the back lines here. He's the only one controlling middle, which I think is a bit too much. I would want somebody else to be close-ish, and I think they're setting up for that as well with Michael coming into it. But VP need a way in. They're even being, you could tell, very hesitant on the mid-control here. They really are not too confident right now in taking it.
Oh, man, that sucks for Snacks. Caught with a nade out. Perfect timing for Michael to peek. Free kill for him. And now VP are a man down. A little disjointed with the nades as well, but Jacob Steck, he's just standing around a little bit here on short. Might be looking for that fight. He is going to catch Neo, and he gets a great headshot on Neo. All-out spray. They are dropping low on FaZe, but the important bit here is that they just keep on racking up kills. Finally, AZ gets taken out, and Bialy with the double headshot. Doing some damage here on the A site. Needs to go back to pick up that bomb, and Pasha's in the perfect spot to catch Fox running with his knife out yet again.
All right, so somehow it swings back into a 2-on-2. 30 seconds. Where is that bomb plant going to come from? FaZe don't have any grenades to stop it with, so they're going to have to go for the straight fight here. Pasha picking up a double kill now, and Michael up on the box. He takes down Bialy, and it's going to have to be a one-on-one here with Pasha relocating himself into the middle, try and just be a bit sneaky. And Pasha, it's not going to be so easy for Michael to actually win this 1v1, and he's going to go down. That's Pasha with a triple kill, and Virtus.Pro finally winning a second round. And that was a huge comeback into this round. I'm not sure how they even won that.
I can tell you one thing that led to them winning that round is Fox just running into connector with a nade in his hand or a knife in his hand or something. But what was that? That's a danger zone. You guys lost control of connector earlier on. Just don't walk in there for free. You got to be, at least a little worried that somebody might be waiting for you. I wonder if that was miscommunication perhaps on the teammates' part, but that was definitely an error, because if Fox stays alive, if he just wins the duel versus Pasha, who's already low, that's it. That's the round. Bialy, he can be hitting headshots everywhere, but with 8 HP left or whatever it was, he's just not going to be able to pull through 1v3. Yeah, so a little bit of a disappointing individual play there, I think. Still, FaZe, they're doing fine. It still keeps going in this round. It's just it's turning into these pick fights everywhere, man, these duels, and this is exactly what FaZe want. This is exactly what they want. When we're talking about a team full of superstar aimers, right, these guys who just look for headshots perpetually, give them these fights, VP, and this is what happens. They will just keep winning them straight up.
They are having a grand old time right now, and even worse is that VP are winning, again, individual rounds instead of stringing any kind of a sequence together here. So they're about to be reset. Doesn't look like they should be able to ever put the bomb down in this round, and yeah, it's not looking good right now. Taz, the lone survivor currently. He's going to be walking into Rain as well, who's got all the health in the world, and that's going to be the kill. 7-2. A FaZe, a 5-round lead, and VP without the money.
Yeah, again getting reset hard here.
You know what is confusing to me about the latest James Bond movie is
everything.
Well, in the beginning, when they still had the original Q.
Oh yeah.
They seemed to sort of suggest that this was like the early phase of James Bond. He hadn't known how to be like the sort of the spy gentleman type James Bond, but that he was sort of he was like being taught essentially there was more to being a British agent than just being like some sort of super killer.
Right.
And then it's like they actually forgot about that later on. It was like, never mind, he's actually just a super killer.
Let's
just keep going. Like,
all I'm gonna say is, could we please, somehow clone Sean Connery, and rejuvenate him back to his bodybuilding years when he just started out, right? Being this big fit hunk of a man. Just please give me back Sean. I don't care about anybody else. Just give me back Sean.
I would appreciate that. Most definitely. Pasha going to be walking right into AC, so that's a good start, but that's also going to be the end, sadly. So 8-2, and moving into the 11th round here, money for VP. Maybe we could just have something like a really simple A execute here for the VP team. Smoke off jungle and CT spawn.
Molotov get right.
Molotov's get right or sandwich, whichever name you prefer.
We'll say sandwich. Yeah, people aren't going to know what get right is.
Well, they should. But yeah, that's it. Just try and do that. Maybe if you feel adventurous, leave one person top mid to try and just be annoying.
Oh. Instead, it's FaZe trying to get a one-up on VP here. They put 3 guys over on the B side early. Interesting choice. Perhaps they were expecting some kind of change of pace out of VP, some kind of early aggression over here on the B side. Regardless, they are going to be able to back off fairly safely here. Fox is in Kenny's favorite spot. Kind of stuck here in ladder room, but still he can be a threat. Eyes on mid with that AWP. If he can get that opening pick, this would be pretty good. And Pasha, he is sitting top mid right now. Pasha would be just the man to walk into his crosshairs. And that is eventually going to happen here, because they are looking like they're going to try and split B. And unfortunately, the extra man who was on the B site earlier here for FaZe, he's rotating back mid. But no, he comes back into kitchen. They hear the footsteps, and now it's on. VP, can they get control?
Well, that Molotov's certainly going to slow them down quite a bit. Jacob getting a kill, but they also lose Fox in the meantime. The bomb is being brought back here with about 50 seconds, and Snacks now is in a great position. And this is the sort of play, positional play, that you need Snacks to do all the time. But he walks out. He actually gives up the huge advantage they had. Imagine how hard it would have been for FaZe to retake the bomb site with Snacks being there. Now, instead, Rain is going to be moving into position, and he sees the first couple of people coming through. Taz sneaking close, Neo as well. Can they coordinate a peek? At least Rain missing the spray, and it's back into a 2-on-3, and actually Rain picking up a couple of kills here. What is going on, VP?
And Pasha was just chilling out mid. Not really sure, hoping to catch a rotator out, I suppose, hoping to catch somebody go through the murder hole, but he never really got the chance. Nobody from FaZe even taking that fight, but that was really well done by AZ, basically. He's the one who's the hero of that round. Rain, yes, takes the fight straight up, confirms that there are 2 players on that site, but AZ was close enough behind him. This is a key point, right? AZ could be in CT, but he might have been a little bit too far to be able to retrade those frags, but no, he was right there behind Rain. Boom, he steps in, takes his place, and annihilates Taz and Neo. That was a really big play from AZ. That's what saved the round there for FaZe.
I think Snacks actually did more to help FaZe win than AZ. I had no idea what that was. I'm so confused. He obviously heard one guy running past, so maybe he felt like, if I just crawl in here and maybe I could shoot him in the back, but that's not really the goal at that point in time, is it?
Well, that's unfortunate. Painful way to go for Snacks, but he deserves it after the last round, perhaps.
Maybe, just maybe. Well, there is a bit of money on the VP side finally here. They still got a chance, at best, to make it 10-5, which even then, I'm not sure it's quite enough, but it's at least an opportunity for them.
Well, they're looking fantastic right now, FaZe, have to say. Everybody's still hitting shots. Fox a little bit off, but with the rest of them doing work right now, it is fairly balanced because I don't think that Snacks has really shown up in any way either, so...
He's 1-1 and 10.
1-1 and 10, right. So, yeah, this is really
oh, no.
Surprise!
Oh, no.
Fox. He tried to go for a Guardian, actually. He did try to go for the Guardian, and remember this happened to Guardian, too, the other day.
Yeah.
Tried to back up, like, oh, no, I can't. There's actually fire there.
A number of times, well, he ended up in that position.
But this time, Fox, he got tagged down low, so he couldn't actually commit and run through that fire. Taz is there to open up. He takes out Rain. Bialy with the headshot on AZ, and now it's going to be Michael Lele and Jacob, the last 2 alive here for the FaZe. And it's time to throw the F up in the air. And it's just not going to happen. Neo, he snaps your fingers off.
Yeah, it's going to be a good round, and a much faster-paced round than the earlier ones for VP. As soon as they get the kill on Fox, they go for it. Everybody pushes forward. So maybe that's what they need, just a bit more. If we were asking for this on Train as well when they were playing on the T side, just not enough speed, basically, behind this. Jacob going to go down as well to Neo, gets a good double kill in. We'll make it 10-3.
But they have the economy here, so no worries at all for FaZe. They will be able to full buy behind this, all the nades. And they could really ruin VP's day here. Although VP should have enough for some kind of quasi-buy in the next round. If they were to lose this one hard, that's going to be shattering for them because they just never really had all the money that they wanted for this half. FaZe have been doing such a good job of controlling them, resetting the economy every several rounds. And so now VP, they've got 3 rounds on the board. They really do need the last 2 in this half. Rain taking a very close position, and he's going to actually win the duel versus Bialy. That's a fantastic start here. Once again, FaZe, they get that entry kill. And a follow-up from Fox.
And Jacob's also pushing aggressively over at B, so they know so much about what's happening. This is a disastrous round for VP, and it will reset them a lot economically. So, yeah, I don't know. This is not looking good. Yeah, Rain walking right into Snacks, so maybe it isn't all over. But look at where Jacob is.
Yeah, this is about to get nasty. He's going to push right up behind them in top mid. Bomb has been picked up again. That's Pasha carrying it. Pasha has an AWP as well. So we'll see if he's getting. He's going to get offered a target at any point. AZ is taking a fight, but that's with Neo up in ladder room, so that's been cleared out. And Jacob, if he catches Snacks here, this is it. It's over. Snacks, though, he hears the steps, and he wins the duel. Key kill, but Fox is now in position to get shot in the face by Pasha, and somehow, Anders, we're back into a 2-on-2.
What a sad. I mean, Jacob trekking all over the map. Just such a long trip for him to finally get there, and then he dies in the end. But now it's on Pasha here. 1 versus 2 to try and clutch it. This would be a huge round for them if they could pick it up, and Pasha hitting the shot. It's a double. He flicks. He can't get it. Mike Lily comes running up the stairwell, and that's going to be FaZe barely winning the round. Some sort of glimmering light here for VP at least. Something going on.
Something going on, but you got to win those clutch situations, right? That makes all the difference. And that's so frustrating for VP. They were on the brink. They were so close. At least they got the bomb plant. So they'll have a healthy enough buy here to work with. But
You know, I think we can conclude, Samla.
what can we
Robin must be a damn good coach here.
Get out.
You're not buying it just yet?
Not yet, dude. Not yet.
Well, okay.
I mean, VP are a shadow of their former selves. So, I mean, right now I'm not. You know, FaZe have, with the aim that they've got, the experience now that they've got it as a unit, they are a threat. But we're just not seeing the VP. You know, that we're used to seeing a tournament-winning VP here play. That's definitely the case. They are definitely subpar right now.
Saving strats for LAN.
Yeah, right. That old excuse.
He's got to use something. That was a good opening here for Neo. Is he going to get the refrag on Snacks, who just couldn't capitalize on it? That would have been a really good follow-up, but now see if they could do a bit more. Bialy missing an opportunity, going for it again against Rain, but not able to connect with the AK.
And this is great. This is such a good distraction. It's drawn a lot of attention over to the A site here for FaZe. And in the meantime, 3 players about to go crashing onto that B site. This is all on Fox. And somehow he misses that shot. That would have been key. That would have made all the difference. Flash goes down. It's a full flash, so it's buying him valuable time for that rotation to come in for his teammates. But now he's going to get caught. He's going to be just pincered in on the site. Easy kill there for Neo. But Jacob, he's right behind them up in B apartments. This could be it. If he hits that timing, he could just completely eviscerate the defense here as far as VP are concerned.
He's going to get the 1 kill in. Rain coming in from kitchen. He's so far away. I'm wondering what took Rain so long to get here. Jacob doing a significant amount of damage, hitting that shot against Pasha.
Taz.
Yeah, well, Taz is there, but why did Pasha peek to begin with? That's what I'm wondering. Rain going to be going down. Now it's a 1-on-2. That smoke buying a lot of time. Jacob with the triple kill, looking for the quad. He knows where he is, and Taz going to get down as well. Quad kill, and Jacob picking it up. Essentially a 1 versus 4 for him, it seems. What even is this?
Come on. There was a golden opportunity there. Just bring it back, you know?
Wow.
Ah, man, I wish Matt was paying attention because that would have been sick. Yeah, right, dude? You know, just like, face up, Patters, face up, yo!
12-3. You know what movies I have been enjoying lately?
What have you been enjoying?
The Maze Runner movie. And the follow-up one. Have you seen those?
We used to have a friendship, Anders.
You don't like those?
Unfortunately, it's all gonna go down in flames. I mean, I watched them on the plane. They were entertaining.
I think what I liked about them is that they didn't try and explain like anything.
It was just like
you're just thrown into like this really weird universe where you just have to like assume a bunch of things, and no one's trying to like.
You know, a movie that did that really well and was actually good. Yeah, bam.
Yeah, but that's the exact same thing I liked about Mad Max.
Yeah.
Is that it was just like, here's the universe, just have to accept it. Let's just go.
It was super sick. Mad Max, that was such a good movie. All right. 3-12 the score, though. FaZe, they go on the T side now. They have a massive advantage going into this. They've just had a fantastic CT side, and it's up to VP now to hit some headshots. And Pasha, unfortunately for him, not going to get lucky there in mid with the initial peak. But they have just got the 2 flashes now. Michael, where did he throw his...
Oh, Snacks escaping in through the smoke again, and looked like they were almost firing at their own players, their face for a moment, but they do make it out. Rain missing the jump, and that means he's in such an awkward spot. Taz going to be taking out Rain, and Fox dying to Pasha as well. So now it's going to be Jacob and Mike Hillel left 2-on-4. Try and see if they can somehow win it with the bomb down as well. They're going to need some really quick kills, otherwise they're going to get run over. Taz picking up 1 more shot. Mike Hillel behind the truck here, and they're just all coming for him. Pasha to finish it off, and Virtus.Pro winning a critical round.
That was a very awkward battle there for Michael Lele, unfortunately for him. But again, it feels like Train all over again, though, right? Where FaZe have a pretty solid first half. VP win the pistol. And then, oh, Matt, I wanted to throw up the FaZe, man. You needed to come back to me at the end of the half. I wanted to be like, yo, 12-3, face up. But okay, then. The joke is dead now, Matt. Thanks.
Salty Semler. Well, speaking of FaZe, they have a couple of smokes. That one in the middle of the bomb site designed to get the bomb down inside of it. And if they could just get 1 kill in here, which it seems like they cannot, so they're not even going to finish that sentence.
Actually, they're just going to feed Bialy 3 kills with that MP7.
Why not?
Give him $1,800. I mean, that's definitely a solid round for him. And wow, he just drops all of it. Okay, then 4,900 spent in the round. What the hell?
Snacks picking up a shotgun.
Yeah, he is going Old Man Nova as well. I like it. I like it. I mean, he gets up into B apartments if he wants. It's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be triple aggression mid here. Also sick. Something that we didn't really see FaZe go for at all. VP though, they're gonna change it up. They're going aggro. They're really trying to put the pressure on here on AZ. But AZ, what? He gets 2 headshots. Not gonna get the third. Taz shuts him down, but the damage is done.
That is so devastating, and now look how far up the rest of FaZe are. Putting up a smoke, Jacob pushing through the smoke, and they're not going to expect it. How could they possibly know? You see Taz walking with a knife out. He was so sure that that smoke was designed exclusively to keep them out of the bomb site. Now, they're still somehow in a 2-on-2, but you've got to feel that FaZe still have a bit of a lead here just because of the health.
It's just the utility now. VP, they can make good use of their nades. There you go. HE trying to dunk it onto Rain. That's not going to connect, but still, the thought is nice. Then the incendiary, also effective, and Michael gets forced out into the open, but there we go. Rain, he's in a clutch scenario now. He's got the life lead. Half HP on Snacks, who's just trying to put some shots through, but Snacks is feeling the pressure. He's feeling the heat, and Rain, once again, comes through in the clutch. What a play. This man is the monster. You want him to be the last man alive for you on that server.
And you really got to wonder, I mean, what happened in the middle? How did AZ get those 2 kills? Because
right?
If he doesn't, then obviously he dies without trading anything at all, so... That was very weird.
I was thinking he was a dead man for sure. 3 VP guys running at him, and yeah, how in the hell did they must have lined up for him. That's the only possible way. But still, really impressive stuff so far from FaZe. They keep their cool, and they come right back into it. Despite VP's best efforts here, it's all falling apart.
Shots coming through. Pasha actually, he failed to hit the vase there with the planning. That's a bit, it's a bit concerning. I'm just saying it's a stationary target. It doesn't even fight back. He still couldn't kill it.
You know, that's the thing, man. Biceps aren't everything, Anders.
He could probably pick it up and throw it at people, and it'd be enough to kill them, I think.
I think anybody, you know, you pick up a potted plant. It sounds like a pretty lethal thing if you take that up to the side of the head, right? That's not going to be a fun time for anybody.
I definitely think not. There are a lot of them around here as well, so it's definitely possible.
You know what would also be lethal? And we learned this in Zelda, right? You should be able to pick up the chickens on Inferno. Alright, regardless, it is just going to be a slow play from FaZe. No nades to announce their presence here on the A site. Instead, it's just a bunch of bullets from Rain. He will get snuffed by Pasha, and Neo steps in with a nice shot, but then Michael is going to be able to take out Pasha as well. Man advantage, 2-man advantage now for FaZe, and it's just on Snacks. He's got the scout. He swaps to an M4, but then he goes through the murder hole, and that's why it's called the murder hole. If somebody's waiting on the other side, you're a dead man.
Yeah, you really cannot do that, and it's weird because in different versions of kind of like 1.6, I mean, you would have been able to sort of crouch in and try and take a fight with someone like that. Yeah. Like think of Nuke and the vents and how you had to crouch through all the vents on Nuke in 1.6, and it was still sort of a very playable map. Just a bit different. You're right, they were a bit slow last time. This time they're very quick, and they get the flashbang in, and it actually hits 3 people over the wall, and they're just getting this work done here. Fox going to be going down. Rain with the double kill, though, and it is a 2-on-4.
Yeah, they're even getting excited. You know, they feel the VP, you know, you guys are friends. You guys, you know, nobody deserves to go out like this. Here, we'll give you a helping hand. Shoot Jacob in the back of the head real quick. And just lower his health a little bit. Make life easier. Unfortunately, VP, despite Rain, you know, being a gentleman, trying to help them out, they don't take advantage of it. And everybody right now on FaZe is doing so good.
21 kills on Rain.
Apart from Fox, obviously, but I mean, like, high teens, they are just rolling in it. Whereas, yeah, I mean, it's still a little bit of a struggle over on VP. They are trying. They just doesn't really see, like, the clutches aren't going their way. The straight up aim duels aren't going their way. I mean, it's really just like, what can you do at this point if you aren't hitting your shots?
I don't know, but it's between Leipzig and what we've seen here. I mean, yes, it's online and everything else, but I still want to see more of a killer instinct on VP. Like, it's about time. Again, Katowice is not that far away. They do need to get into a better shape than they are in right now.
Yeah, they're still they still need to catch up. They need to realize that there are no free passes anymore. Like, tier 1.5 teams will screw you up. They will mess you up if you give them the chance. We're seeing that now. Taz, though, good control from him. Double kill for him, in fact. 2 headshots. AZ and Michael down. Jacob's taking a lot of damage as well. He gets caught by Snacks with that jumping scout, and Taz is just wreaking havoc at this point. 3 kills and an assist. He's everywhere in this, and now it's just Rain running away. But yeah, like, that's, I mean, this is, what, the last gasp, basically? FaZe, you know, getting a little ahead of themselves. VP, you know, they're feeling the fight. Backs to the wall.
It's very hard to imagine that that FaZe will lose 9 rounds in a row after this one. Rain just padding his stats a bit, hitting some really good shots, and it shows you again why this guy is so lethal.
This guy is so scary. And Neo's going to come over with the op. Well, no, he doesn't have an op, actually. He just has a straight M4. Still, going to be able to get the job done. Looked for a second like, the way he was crouching in there that he had the op, but Pasha's the one with the sniper rifle. Still, making it a little bit more expensive here for VP, so they're going to have to drop some rifles around. Luckily, they were able to save some nades, so we should still see a very robust buy coming out here from VP. FaZe, yeah, no worries for them either. Now let's see if they can just, you know, pace themselves once again here. Slow things down a little bit. And not take fights one after another. I think that's the key thing. Taz shouldn't be allowed to have 2 duels just straight up like that.
Seems like we're going to have a bit of an attempted execute here with Bialy and actually Taz as well coming out of apartments. Just a little bit scary if they had lost in the initial engagement and then the execute happens behind them. That would not have been a fun position to be in. FaZe have also left 1 person at top mid, so if they're successful in the initial execute, that guy will be very valuable.
This is pretty good, though, because Pasha, he's in a spot that should be getting smoked off. And so both of these players, they're going to be right on the edge having to go for the risk. Actually, no, they changed it up. They're not going for the straight-up smokes onto jungle and stairs. This is why those smokes are so good. It's because Pasha's here with the AWP. He gets snuffed by Rain, but still, he's managing to take 2 players with him. And Bialy was there in jungle as well. And so between those 2 players, they just completely crushed their push. FaZe's push. It's a bit awkward to say.
AEC here picks up a headshot in the middle on Neo. Still a 2-on-3. Rain is still alive, so you got to wonder exactly what might happen there. A bit of a spray coming through from AEC, and Rain going to go down. So good job on Snacks there. And AEC should not be able to make this round work. He's still in a 1-on-2. He's got the health and a little bit of utility as well, but still a big ask here. And he's going to go down to Bialy, so 15-7.
15-7, no bomb plant. So Quasi-Vi going to be coming out here from FaZe, and that's just what they should do. They shouldn't go for a force here. They should just, you know, play to the fact that they have a monstrous advantage. They have all the time in the world. No reason to give VP any easy rounds here to bolster their confidence, to get them going. Just go for a Quasi-Vi or a hard. There we go. And then just, you know, focus on the next round. We're going to be able to afford the rifles and the nades. So FaZe, it looks like they want to approach this a bit more like a default round, though. So 2 on the extremities, 3 in the mid. And, well, and a bloodbath, basically.
No issue at all. Everybody living on VP. Not that it really matters in terms of economy. I mean, as long as they can rebuy a couple of rifles here, they're obviously not going to be ecoing at any point. So, 15-8 being the scoreline. Another 7 rounds in a row is what we need from VP to get into overtime. Rain Pasha, 21 kills on him, 24 on Rain. It's pretty impressive on Pasha's part, considering how far behind they are, that he's actually doing this much damage.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the smokes, there we go. HE, a little bit late there, Pasha, with the HE. So they managed to sneak past, and now they could go for some clever stuff up top mid if they want. Try and get an edge, an advantage. They don't have an AWP to play with, so unfortunately they are lacking a little bit of firepower here, FaZe. But then the AKs, we've been seeing them, you know, land headshots all map long. Now it's a question of whether Taz gets the drop on them again, and they're grouping up this time, so they should be able to trade frag. Michael doesn't even need it. He wipes out Taz immediately.
Yeah, weird that he didn't do more damage at least, Taz. That seemed like he had the perfect angle for it. So, mid-control for the terrorist side. A bit of a jump there to spot out on Neo, which is pretty good information. You know that means there's going to be 2 people on B, because it's very unlikely the 1 B player is going to be playing that far forward. How would he possibly hold both positions? And as they pick up the kill there in the A-bomb site, things get even worse. Bialy now being found down. A great double kill for him. Triple, in fact. He's out of bullets and ends up going down Neo with a refrag. And now Jacob coming through. It's a 1-on-1 between Neo and Jacob. And there's plenty of time here for the terrorist player to make it work. He goes and sprays and gets flashed. And Neo gonna actually win the round. A really good job on him, making it to 9-15.
And there's always that moment. Like, Neo is also one of those players that you really just want to be the last man alive. He's got just ice water in his veins.
Yeah.
He never gets flustered. He keeps his cool, and he plays a perfect clutch situation there with that flash. Timing worked out perfectly for Jacob to be pushing out into it, sure, but still. Neo wins a key round, and that's what we were talking about. VP, you know, struggling a little bit to win those clutch rounds, those rounds that really, you know, shift things in your favor. Neo, he's able to deliver one here for his team. So FaZe now is just going to be Tech9's Kevlar. just a quasi-buy. Deep flash going to go in, and the push begins. FaZe, no fear, only dreams. They want a bomb plant.
Snacks in a really interesting position here. Boosted up on the box, and it's so hard for them to see it as well. Also means he wouldn't get flashed on that initial flashbang. That's really the sign to be aimed at someone who's by the truck. So yeah, really good job. 10 to 15. Another 5 rounds in a row. And what I imagine would be an almost an even more upsetting loss than the one Astralis took yesterday on Overpass.
Oh, as if we went into overtime here
Yeah.
and then VP brought it back? That would be, yeah, I'd say that about even, about the same.
Oh, Fox actually trying to jump into the angle there. That's something we brought up earlier as a way to peek an angle, is to jump like that. So I really like that. He didn't hit the shot though, and now Pasha's in the middle, looking a bit into underpass as well. If he goes back and checks, he'll actually find a couple of targets at least, and it's going to be an easy kill there. Smoke goes up so he can make it back around the corner. Great start.
And that couldn't be worse timing to put the short smoke up, because Fox had the angle on connector. He was going to be able to pick off Pasha when Pasha went back up there, but the smoke blooms just as Pasha runs away, so Fox can't get that trade frag. So frustrating. But Michael, he's able to catch out one player. That's Bialy, who just died over on the A site. Taz is still alive in shadow, though, and Pasha about to get smoked off. This is going to be it. The collapse onto the A site here for FaZe. And let's see if they can actually pull this off. Taz, a lot is riding on you right now to just stay alive and keep your cool.
Ooh, Rain has a Molotov as well. He can actually Molotov out Taz exactly where he is, but they're going to go for the straight fight, and Rain and AC, they pick up 1 kill each. Now 2 versus 4. Snacks almost with the godlike timing. He could have maybe had both then. Now he's been exposed and Molotoved off, and Pasha coming in from the other side with the AWP. This is going to be such a difficult retake here, almost requiring FaZe to make a really big mistake. Snacks putting up a smoke, but he gets shot in the face, and Pasha going to go down, and it'll be Rain with a double kill to end it, and a 16-9 finish for the FaZe clan. Not at all bad.
Yes, I mean, just dominant maps. Yo, yeah, exactly.
FaZe up.
I'm doing it right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not even doing it right.
Need like the...
There we go.
There we go.
Boom!
Bit of
I got it.
practice.
I got it.
Claps all around. Good
I
stuff.
should have done. Okay, it's all good. Good job, FaZe.
It's late.
I know
It's
I
not
was
really
harping
late,
on you guys
actually, but-
earlier. I know I was saying not really expecting much. I was expecting VP. I was honestly expecting VP with those maps to really just shut FaZe out. Could have been close, but I was expecting VP to win. But FaZe showed us a great game. They were certainly hitting shots. It's just VP never got into the servers. Where the hell were VP tonight? Where was Snacks?
Well, Snacks, I mean, Pash had a couple of kills at the end there, or just generally had a really good game on Mirage,
yeah.
but he seemed to be the only one. Just a really strange game, and a VP that doesn't look much like a team. So that has to change. Maybe we can get some further analysis from the desk, actually, about that, because I really want to know how they can improve this stuff. So take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. And yes, pretty much what they just said there. I mean, looking at the 2 maps, over on the first map, it was 7-0 on Train to FaZe, and then they finally pulled it back to 8-7, which is a bit of a crazy comeback. But it could have been a whitewash. It could have been a 16-3, 16-4. Same thing there. 13-2 first half, I think it was, or 12-3 first half. Could have been a dominant performance. Pulled back a few rounds, mainly down to Pasha and Bialy having a couple of crazy rounds. But other than that, it was not a good night for Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, generally, I would say that for me, VP is a team that is really good when they have all their resources on the T side, when their economy is in good standing. But here, in both maps, they didn't have a good start. They started forcing up early, but that, as you said, that didn't even matter in the end, because it was more or less a whitewash. Even though they managed to get a bit of a comeback on Train, they started coming back here, but it's just too much to come back for, honestly.
And for me, it was like Virtus.Pro, when I really liked them on Mirage, it was their early game on the T side that I used to really like. Even just like the pistol runs they come up with, going through underpass, the splits through towards A, were always really well played, and the synergy between players was on point, and you just didn't really see that much. It felt very disjointed. It didn't feel like a team at the moment. It feels just out of practice. It feels very, very like out of place.
Especially on Mirage. For me, they're one of the best teams of getting that mid control methodically, playing that default, then deciding, whether they want to go A or B. And Snacks is a really important player in that default, because he's the guy that goes underpass. He's supposed to get connector control, and you can see at times
terrible start.
He was getting team flashed as well. The coordination wasn't there. I mean, really, it was just not the VP we're used to seeing.
So is this okay? Let's get straight down to the brutality of it. They had a big break. They sucked to Leipzig. They've come back here, had another 2-week break before then. They've not played anything since Leipzig. And that was the 22nd of January, I want to say, somewhere around there. So again, they've had another 2 weeks. What's going on?
I have no idea, because it's not. I mean, usually when you have a break, that it's not a break from playing. It's a break from having official matches and tournaments and so on. I mean, you are practicing during that time. It's not really, normal to get worse. I would like to believe that this was just an off night for them, that they have more to show, because what we've seen here, this is from this replay as well. You will not see VP, especially Taz and Neo, two of the most experienced players in the team, losing a 2v1, not playing it optimally, and so on. There were a number of situations like this, but I think that we're talking too much about VP maybe, because FaZe did play
I was
really
going to say, I was about we go on the flip side and talk about FaZe, because clearly they were hitting shots tonight. They were very good.
Yeah, just to very quickly round out that point, in my eyes, I know the Virtus.Pro have been taking time to practice for the likes of Katowice, because it's not far away. This is something that they are
4th to
focusing
6th of
on,
March.
and they are taking time to directly look at that and away from other tournaments. So, as said, that's a point to be looked at, but then, as you said, to flip the coin, in my eyes, you can't discredit how well FaZe played. Because you basically played, Virtus.Pro on two of their very strong maps historically. Maybe towards the later part of the season, you saw, Virtus.Pro being very good at training in the early days, and Mirage was always a very good fallback for them, being like a strength. And just looking at this, just the players themselves, like the confidence there, the individual ability was
This
just
was that
phenomenal.
4K, the 4K from the back.
Again, Taz and Neo losing a 2v1. I mean, it's not just, you have to, of course, you give props to the CT player, winning in a underwhelming situation, but the point is, it's always, there always needs some sort of a mistake needs to happen from the T's in situations like this, so that they lose the round. And but I liked what I saw from FaZe on train as well, even though you kind of have to do more after having a 7-0 start. To lose 8 rounds in a row, it is kind of tricky, but you can see that they were having some structure.
How much do we stick on FaZe with teamwork compared to just straight 5 individually talented players? Because Fox was hitting crazy shots, Rain had some crazy moments, AZ had some crazy moments. You can't have one without
the other, right? You really can't. Like, just off the top of my head, like Ivy, the play coming out there for like people baiting, allowing Fox to be able to take the
double
peek, things like
peeking,
that. It may not be like the most like brilliantly put team play, but very intrinsic. Very intrinsic. Just kind of like little bits of team play will set these guys up perfectly well in my eyes. I don't think they need to have that super synergy, but just having the basics to roll out with it seems to be doing well enough for them. I don't think they're ever pushed to have to provide much more than that.
What was important for me was that I actually saw them reacting on their CT side, to stuff happening on the map. They would push another part of the map if they lost control of mid and so on. On the T sides, they had a good game plan, coming late into the round after they wasted the resources of the CTs. They had a clear execute they wanted to go for, and they were pretty good at executing what they intended. So you can clearly see that they are improving, and I'm interested to see more from them in the future.
I think this just lends to the point that this Pro League is going to be ridiculous, because they're one of the 2 new teams who came into this brand new, who was never a threat prior in this, and now already kind of picking up a victory like this, looking very clean, a very clean 2-0 victory is going to put them in a great stead. And considering that's going to make even that top 6, top 4 get even closer, and these teams are going to be terrified, because Virtus.Pro last time just kind of started to fall short late season. The early season they were okay, a little bit shaky, but they did all right. Late season they kind of dropped off. So if this is what we've got coming up, there's going to be some insanely close games, and that I have no idea how the rankings are going to shape up.
Yeah, I mean, it's what Semler hitting it during the commentary. Basically, they're not tier 2 teams anymore. They're tier 1.5s. They are pretty much there or thereabouts now. They can challenge. We start getting 1.4s, 1.2s. Yeah. No, let's not go down that route. But they're definitely edging their way to those top echelons, and they proved it obviously last major. Yeah, so fantastic stuff. So let's recap on what exactly we have happened tonight. First off, of course, it was Astralis up against G2 Esports, formerly Titan. And of course, that was a bit of a rocky night once again. They started off well on Inferno 16-10, but it all went kind of wrong on Cash.
And the irony, at least in my eyes, that I felt that those 2 opening games, even though the scoreline doesn't necessarily look like it, were pretty close to some of the way the rounds played out there. Maybe excluding Cash in the end, especially the T side coming out from G2 was really, really pleasant on that one. But outside of that, I think it was a very nice scoreline overall, and actually maybe Inferno could have been a bit closer.
Yeah, and then, of course, the confirmation of the 2 maps. We started off on Mirage, actually. It was 16-10, and, of course... sorry, we started off on Train. I am correct. 16-9, there one. And, honestly, those scores could have been much bigger. That's actually quite padded for Virtus.Pro, I feel.
Yeah, but I mean, Virtus.Pro lost 3 out of the 4 pistol rounds as well.
Yeah.
They did win 8 consecutive rounds on train after being 7-0 down. If they won second pistol as well, maybe they could get
Shift
more
change.
momentum going and so on. But I mean, they didn't. FaZe managed to close it out, and there is a rivalry between these two teams. If we go all the way back to the summer when FaZe beats VP 16-0 on Cash, I mean,
Yep.
And of course, coming up tomorrow, it is going to be a couple more big games. SK Gaming will be up against Na'Vi, starting things off, and then of course Fnatic versus Virtus.Pro. So we're going to get to see Fnatic,
Map's
the
so
champions,
good,
the
you
first
can't
time.
see 'em.
We couldn't quite see it, but they are there, honestly. Fnatic versus Virtus.Pro tomorrow. After seeing Virtus.Pro tonight, I'm a little fearful of how that one won't turn out.
I think even the first game's probably going to be a lot closer, to be fair. The way SK was playing
Yeah.
the first time we watched them,
Yeah,
they
they
weren't
played
that bad. Not sure on the map pool, but I'm hoping for their sakes, they start up picking up wins, because I remember last time in the first season, they had like 6 weeks of not picking up one win. They've had some very tough games to start with, so I'm hoping maybe they could do some damage against Na'Vi, but these maps aren't going to make it easy for them.
Yeah, Cobble and Train, Dust 2, and Overpass. So Virtus.Pro definitely going to have a hard time of it, but SK Na'Vi, I don't know. Cobble and Train, they got a good
terrible
chance in
for
there. SK are not good on Cobble.
I mean,
16-5 on yesterday, I
yeah,
believe.
but I mean, not so much on Cobble. It's like it's Na'Vi and their T side on Cobble. It's always Guardian winning them just a couple of rounds on the CT side, so they don't have to win 13 rounds on their T side. But great maps for Na'Vi once again.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see Train. Actually, Navi's T-side on Train started to become really powerful. I like the way they played. It was actually a little bit more unique than others were playing. Like, they had splits through CT spawn, and they actually were starting to get, not necessarily a bias on the T-side, but they always picked up very good results on it. So, good to get to see them on there again. SK, it's going to be a bit of a trial by fire again. Maybe a close scoreline would be very, very well represented of their skill.
And of course, that will all be starting tomorrow at 7 Central European time. Speaking of things that are starting, 2 a.m. is when it all kicks off over in North America. That's Central European time. It's going to be Complexity up against Liquid and NRG versus Enemy. That will be both tonight. I guess Moses is bringing that action. Actually, haven't checked.
Thoughts on Moses still, though? Hashtag, I think it was ESL Pro League. Is Moses... I'll leave it on that, I think.
Yeah, Moses is a bitch, apparently. There we go. Anders says it right there. So thank you very much for watching, guys. We will see you tomorrow at 7 Central European time. Good night.